This is Gene. This is Gene's Ducati Monster 620 that's been sitting in his garage dead for 2 years. It was just running one day and the next day it was dead. First we have to get the engine cranking. I've already checked the oil level and I'm going to put some fuel in because the tank's empty. Well, the battery's dead, that's kind of expected. I'll charge the battery, but I doubt it's going to hold a charge after 2 years. The battery's been charging for the whole day. Let's see if it'll crank. Nope. I already know this battery's dead, but we'll hook it up to a voltmeter just for the heck of it. 2.7 volts is definitely bad. At least we know it cranks and compression sounds okay. What I didn't hear was the fuel pump priming when I turned the key on. Unless that's a really quiet pump, I'm pretty sure the fuel pump's not working. The fuel pump should come on for a couple of seconds every time you turn the key on. One of the first things I always do is check the fuses. And on a bike there aren't that many of them, so I'm going to check every fuse. The fuses all look okay. Before I move on to confirming we have a fuel pump problem, I'm going to check spark, because it's easy to do. An engine needs fuel, spark, and compression. It looks like spark is okay. Another way to confirm if you're getting fuel to the engine is by smelling the exhaust. So there's no fuel smell in the exhaust. I'm 99% sure we have a fuel problem. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to spray some carb cleaner into the intake and see if the engine wants to start. The engine sounded like it wanted to start with carb cleaner in the intake, so that confirms spark and compression are probably okay. Now that I'm 100% sure we have a fuel problem, I'm going to check to see if the fuel pump's getting power. This connector has 4 wires. I'm assuming the 2 larger wires go to the fuel pump motor, and the 2 smaller ones are for the sending unit for the fuel gauge. I'm getting like 11.7 volts to the fuel pump every time I turn the key on, so it looks like I've narrowed the problem down to the fuel pump. Ducati Monsters came with 2 different fuel tanks, a plastic tank and a metal tank. On the plastic tank, it's much easier to remove the fuel pump. It comes out from the bottom. On the metal tank, you've got to remove the fuel filler flange and reach all the way down inside to pull the fuel pump out. Let's put this thing on there so I don't scratch the tank. I'm certain the fuel pump's dead, but I'm going to test it on the bench anyway. I found the problem with the pump. It looks like the impeller's stuck because it's gunked up. I'm not about to put this pump back in, but just for fun, I'm going to see if I can get it working again. So here's the new pump. I didn't get this from the dealer because they wanted like 250 bucks. I found these online for $90. Same manufacturer, same part number. I also got a new filter. This is not original Ducati. This filter is made by Wix. We've used thousands of these filters on customers' cars, trucks, heavy equipment. We've never had a problem with them. And I also got a section of submersible fuel hose. If a hose is going into the fuel tank, you have to make sure you get submersible hose. This little tube at the pump inlet used to have a sock attached to it, which is just a screen. I'm not going to install a new screen because these things are known to fall apart, as it did in this case. But I am going to reuse the tube to make sure I have proper spacing from the bottom of the tank. Blow on it for good luck. Here's a piece of that screen I was talking about. Here's the rest of that screen. While I was feeling around in there, I felt something funky at the bottom of the tank. I'm not sure what this is, but it feels like sand and dirt and pieces of the screen. So it looks like I'm going to have to remove this tank and wash it out. Here's that cracked hose I was talking about. Now this piece was lying at the bottom of the tank. For some reason it's not showing on any of Ducati's parts diagrams. It's the same diameter as the pump, so it looks like the bottom of the pump sits into this baffle. This guy's simply called the holder. It's a rubber sleeve that holds the pump. You slide the pump into the holder until it's centered in the holder. And then there's a clip inside the tank that holds the holder. I found it impossible to get the holder into the clip with the pump already installed, so I installed the holder first and then slid the pump into place. So after I slide the pump in, I'm going to make sure that baffle is on the end of the pump. And then clip the filter in place. Before I try to start it, I'm going to turn the key off and on a few times to prime the fuel pump. This gets all the air out of the fuel lines. Alright, here we go. Here's a tip. A lot of people have a problem installing this flange. Don't try to install this flange with the outer gasket in place. You'll have to push down on it so hard to seat the flange that you'll end up denting the tank. Well, I was hoping for something super easy like a burnt fuse, but that wasn't too bad. Could have been worse, like major mechanical problems, electrical problems, or a bad computer. I'm just glad it's done and Gene can ride again. Hey, you lose something?
Hello! So we are actually the owners of this channel.
We worked really hard on this video, so please like, comment and consider subscribing to us. Bye!